Today we are going to make carrots and pickled carrots and radishes, which you can use as a topping for any of the sandwiches, and these are the ingredients you're going to need. Carrots, radishes, any kind of vinegar. I'm going to use apple cider and rice vinegar, sugar, and some canning salt. Let's begin. Hello, welcome to another episode of Bville Live. Today we're going to be preparing farm fresh organic vegetables for pickling. So in my most recent delivery that I got from Brady Farms, which is a sustainable urban farm located in Syracuse, who I get all my vegetables from. They're grown organically. It's a great farm for education. It's a wonderful place, so I like to support them as best I can. So today we're going to be using some of their prized vegetables, which are delicious and nutritious. Let's get started. So on my plate today, I have carrots and I have white radishes, which were in my delivery basket. So a lot of times people just say, okay, well, I have radishes and carrots, let's just make a salad with them. But I want to show you something that you can do a little bit more. I'm going to be making Banh Mi sandwiches later today, and I'll do a video for that if you don't know what they are. They're Vietnamese sandwiches, which are absolutely delicious. But for that, you need pickled vegetables, and they do use carrots and daikon radishes. Since I have these white radishes, I'm going to use those to pickle. So the ingredients that you're going to need are apple cider vinegar, rice vinegar, sugar, and canning salt, and a jar to put them in. And then you can leave it in the fridge. You can use them as toppings or as a side dish. It's absolutely delicious, and pickled vegetables are good for you. So let's get started. First, we're going to make our brine. So I'm going to put my vegetables off to the side here. And you're going to need a small saucepan for your brine. And I'll put that right onto the stove top. And to that, I'm going to take my measuring cup and I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. And I'm going to use cider vinegar today. I like apple cider vinegar. I think it's better for you. You can use white vinegar or just all rice vinegar. So we're going to add an equal amount of that up to the 1/2 cup line. If you go a little bit more, that's fine. Alright, I'm going to pour that, so it's a bit 1/2 cup of vinegar. Pour that into my saucepan. I'm also going to add a cup of water. And I always add my water after my vinegar to clean my vessel out. So I'm adding my water to my vinegar in my saucepan. And then to that I'm going to add 1/3 cup of sugar. So I have plain white sugar here and a measuring cup. You can use a 1/4 cup. I've seen recipes for 1/2 cups, but I don't like it too sweet, so I'm going to use 1/3 cup because that's kind of halfway in between. And then you're going to need about a teaspoon of canning salt. And you can get this in the baking section of your store. I'm going to measure it. Use a regular teaspoon for this. I'm called for a tablespoon, so I'm going to put 2 teaspoons in. I don't like to make it too salty. Alright, then you're going to stir this up and turn your heat on to high. You're not going to cook it real long, just until the salt and sugar dissolve. Okay, so I'm going to leave that at medium heat and start preparing my vegetables. Okay, so you're going to need some kind of a slicer to prepare your vegetables. I'm going to slice on this side, and then I'm going to show you how to chop it. Okay, so we put our Okay, so first we prepare our carrots. We take the carrots and we're going to cut the ends off the carrots. Get rid of those. while I'm doing that, I want to make sure that I keep stirring my brine mixture. It doesn't take long, just until it's dissolved. It doesn't have to be boiling or hot. It's not quite dissolved yet, so I'm going to leave that on for a little bit longer. So I have these beautiful white radishes. You can tell they're fresh from the farm, just the way they look. It's really wonderful getting a package of farm fresh vegetables. I use them for everything. I use them for all my meals. They're organic, and it's such a difference from what you get at the grocery store. So if you can't grow your own and you can get a farm delivery, that's even better. So you're just going to cut off the ends of the radishes. Now they do usually use daikon radishes, which are like these giant radishes. They look like potatoes. They're hard to find unless you have an Asian grocery local, which I don't up here in Baldwinsville. So I'm just going to use my white radishes, and I know that they're fresh and organic. So the way you slice these up is you want to make matchsticks out of them, and you want to make thin ones. So first we're going to cut it on a slice them on a slicer, and you could use a food processor, but I don't want to grate them, and I know that they'll slice in the food processor, but you still need to make one step further to make them into matchsticks. So I'm going to do it by hand. Okay, so I prepared my vegetables for slicing, and I'm going to take my grater. I had some thumb surgery, that's why I have this wrapped, so it doesn't get wet. And you're going to use the wide side, and you're going to slice your carrots down. Sometimes it's easier to start with the narrower end. And you're going to slice those down until you finish slicing your carrots. And you're going to do the same thing with the radishes. Now you can leave them like this, but usually in the sandwiches you see that they're in long pieces. So when your carrot starts to get to be about 2 to 3 inches long, you can turn it on its side and slice it that way. It'll make it easier to slice the matchsticks then. It's also a great Christmas gift. You can put a little bow on. Okay, so welcome back. I've chopped up my radishes and my carrots so I have equal amounts of both, okay? So it turns out that I used 4 radishes and 1 carrot. I didn't need to do the whole plate that I had. So take a clean jar. A mason jar is fine. I happen to have this one. It was left over from sauerkraut. I don't like to waste things. So you're going to layer them, okay? So I'm going to put some carrots in first, and then some radish, and carrots, and radish, carrots, radish. Okay, so you're going to get a good layer of both in there so they get all mixed up. Now it's going to look really pretty in the jar when you're done. Super simple to make. It gets better with age, so I'm making it in the morning. I'll use some tonight and then some throughout the week. And I'll make a video on the Banh Mi too. I can show you how to make that. It's super simple, good to use with leftovers. I'm going to actually make the chicken from scratch for it, so it'll turn out really well. Okay. So we have our vegetables packed in here, and then you just simply add the brine, put the lid on, and you're done. I'm going to put this in the fridge since I'm not, you can leave it out at room temperature. They tell you can. I'll let it sit at room temperature until it cools. So I've melted my sugar in the pan. You can see the liquid in there, and the salt, and the vinegar, and I'm just going to pour that right on top of these vegetables. And you can pickle almost any vegetable this way, including sauerkraut. So you want to make sure your vegetables are covered. So this is the exact right size jar for this. I'm going to screw my lid on. and it's done. This is also a great Christmas gift. You can put a little bow on the top with the recipe. I always like to give things out and put a recipe with it. I hope you enjoyed this video of how to make pickled radishes and carrots. They're delicious to put on top of sandwiches or as a side dish. Thanks for tuning in to Bville Live. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. See you next time.